As the people of Gbajibo community in Kaima Local Government Area, Kwara State, mourn the tragic loss of their loved ones, they are urgently calling on the federal government to provide ferries and life jackets for boat passengers. This plea comes in the wake of repeated boat accidents that plague the area each year. Here's the report.
Traveling from Ilori, the capital of Kwara State, to Kaima takes about 6 hours, followed by another 5 hours on a bumpy road to Gbajibo, where families are grieving their lost friends and relatives. Over 300 people were on their way to Gbajibo in Niger State to celebrate Maulud Nabiyu when tragedy struck. They were just moments away from completing a 4-hour boat journey when the unfortunate incident occurred.
Most of our traveling movement is from the water route. We take over around after 6, going for a program at the other side of the river there. When we go to a certain stage, we are receiving a signal of the boat that there is a mistake that they did from the Luni. And after the signal we had, we notified the boat owner that this signal is not a normal signal that will take us to survive. He said, well, let's be moving to a side so that if anything could happen, we have place to drop immediately.
With approximately 130 people dead, 10 individuals are currently receiving treatment at the village health center.
92 people are still alive, while the over 100 people are died, and the search and rescue team are still working. So maybe it will be, maybe they can find other people inside the water.
The number of dead is 130, while the rescued is 92.
The community is urgently calling for the provision of ferries and life jackets to prevent further loss.
When you want to go into water transportation, you need to be on life jackets. But I don't think one out of the number, almost 300 victims in that boat, there is no single person that is with life jackets. So it is imperative and necessary.
I want to personally appeal to His Excellency the Executive Governor of Kwara State and National Inland Waterways to see how they can provide ferry here, because ferry, to our own layman thinking, is more safer than a boat.
The Kwara State delegation, led by Speaker Yakubu Danladi Salihu, has come to offer condolences to the community. They made a brief stop at the Emir of Kaima's palace before proceeding to Gbajibo to commiserate with the families of the victims. The state government has promised to alleviate their suffering while urging residents to consistently use life jackets for their safety.
What we saw here, we are at the clinic. I'm assuring the people of Gbajibo community that Malan Abdurrahman Abdrazak will fix the basic health center here in Gbajibo.
To move on the riverbank because of the impending flood for about 2 or 3 weeks, but God has brought another disaster. No expect. There's always a yearly occurrence, but this year is very. The land is on the high scale, on the high magnitude.
Officials from the State Emergency Management Authority are still on the ground working to determine the exact number of bodies recovered. Despite the tragic incident, life continues as the community members still board boats to travel and conduct businesses with neighboring areas.